So it's another adventure off to KIX. And this time I'm flying from KIX to Thailand, Bangkok. So 2 weeks ago, I flew back to Honolulu from KIX through Haneda to Narita to Honolulu and back from Honolulu to Narita and then to Itami in Osaka. Today my route is leaving from KIX. It's a direct flight to Bangkok, Thailand. And this is for business. 2 weeks ago, it was for my mom's memorial service that I went back and my dad and mom's burial. So that was personal, but today is business. What happens is every time I have to leave from Kyoto Nabe, the mansion, I have to call a taxi and a taxi will take me from the apartment to the train station, JR Kyoto Nabe, and then I take a train, 2 stops to Matsue Yamate, and then walk about 20 minutes from the station to here, where you can see behind me is where the bus pickup comes. And behind me here, this is the Kosokudoru, or the expressway, the paid expressway. This is for soundproofing to protect and keep it more quiet for the homes behind the barrier here. So there's trucks and cars that come in here. You can see right here, this is where they rest. This is a rest stop basically for cars, trucks, and anyone who is tired and needs a break here. There's a restroom and a vending machine there. Now today I'm bringing 2 suitcases, which I never do. I usually have 1 suitcase or a suitcase and a small bag, and of course this is my hand carry, my backpack with the computer and the batteries. Don't forget to put all the batteries in here. This is what I'm traveling with because I made a little mistake on the omiyage, the gifts. I was asked to buy some omiyage. They said to buy some unique, like a lot of Thai people already have come to Japan or were giving to Japanese who live in Thailand, so it has to be more unique, different. So I asked the office staff person, Nakai-san, to give me a hand, and she helped me find something that was kind of unusual and different. And I was really happy that I found, some real unique omiyage, but I didn't know how heavy it was and how thick it was. Normally when I buy souvenirs, it's smaller boxes and they're really thin and they're light. But these were special. This is manju, sometimes it's mochi, but I didn't know that they were so huge, in the sense that they were thick and they were heavy. And I bought 4 of them, and so they took up basically almost maybe 75% of an entire suitcase here. So I couldn't put any of my personal belongings. So what I had to do is I had to bring another suitcase. That's why I have 2 suitcases. This is part of the problem when I take the train and I have to walk from the Matsue Yamate train station down here to the bus pickup point, which is about 20 minutes, and I have to navigate with these 2 suitcases, through the little walkways and those little barriers, and also, and then carry my backpack on my back. And so that's the first half of this little adventure, just getting to the limousine bus pickup point on highway Kyoto Nabe. Hey, so I'm on my way to KIX. I'm just waiting here for the limousine bus. It's supposed to come at 8:10. Take roughly about 70 to 80 minutes.
A bathroom is available in the rear of the bus. 状况可能会影响到。
You can see all around me, same thing. All the counters are closed. There's so few flights going out. I only see Thai going out this morning, Thai Airways. It's really, really sad. It's like a ghost town from what it used to be like. So many of the shops are closed. So many of the counters are closed. I did see the insurance desk with 1 person. Before, they used to have 3. And the last time I came, when I was flying home to Honolulu, I was lucky to catch the person because she said they're kind of now in the office and you have to call. I didn't even know that. So I'm gonna go downstairs now to the 3rd floor. And the last time I was here, all the omiyage shops were closed except for 1. And that was amazing because, so many people used to buy omiyage. Oh, I see a couple more shops open. Maybe things are changing a little bit. So you can see here. So look, all of these are closed. All the shops are just shutters. Shutters are closed. Probably some of them, a lot of them went out of business. There's one called Kansai International. They say that they're open from 10 to 5. So maybe they're gonna open. So really, look at that. Oh, this is an omiyage shop that's open. There's some omiyage and different things from Japan. This coffee shop is closed. This Samaruku Cafe is open, so one of the few times you could sit and choose any seat you want. These are closed. It's a ghost town. Closed. Ganko Sushi closed. And this is the only omiyage shop, the only other omiyage shop open. This is where I came the last time when I was going to Honolulu. Everything else is closed. Tonkatsu KYK, this is one of my favorite shops to eat at before I left KIX. It's closed. I love KYK. And look at the flight times. Look at the flight times. Paris, they're leaving 10:35, 10:30. Bangkok, 11:30. And the next one is at 3, 5, 9, and 11. So they're so spread out that the shops probably feel that it's better to close than to open. They can't even afford the rent. They can't even make their payroll, I'm sure. So they're only running, looks like one gate, and it's just empty. You remember I used to have to wait here? For those of you who know KIX, you have to wait in long lines before for international departures. And now, and they even modernized the system, it looks like. You could come right now and go directly in. It'd be really quick. So there's no rush to get through security like before. You know, before you have to leave like at least an hour, hour and a half to start the journey through security and through immigration and to get to your gate. So I'm here at McDonald's eating my favorite sausage McMuffin. I think they have the best breakfast here at McDonald's in KIX. One thing I wanted to add is that I almost had a big problem at Thai Airways, and it's code shared with ANA. So I thought I was flying ANA, and I had just flown back from Hawaii on JAL, and they allowed 2 pieces, I think 50 pounds each it was. So I assumed ANA would also have a similar type of luggage allowance, but not even thinking. This was a rookie mistake, and I should have been more careful. Flying to Asia is different. Depending on your ticket, it could be by weight, not necessarily pieces, but also weight is not as heavy like in the United States. So I was so worried because I was waiting in line for about 45 minutes. Oh, hi, azaimashita. Sumimasen. Everybody only had one check-in luggage. I'm going, oh no. You know, like a lot of low-cost carriers, that's the rule, right? Or you have to pay in like $100, $150 for another one. I'm going, I'm in trouble. I mean, the only thing that I thought, okay, I know the company paid full fare for this, so if there's any benefit, I hope that I have some kind of leeway or allowance. But I was so worried because everybody was only checking in one. Nobody had 2 bags, and they were also weighing the hand carry also, and I think they're very strict about that it only up to 7 kilograms. So they're weighing the handbag, and they were also weighing the check-in baggage. And I'm going, oh no, I am SOL. I waved to this gentleman who looks like a manager. He's walking back and forth, and he works for Thai Airways, I assume. I explained to him my problem in English. I just told him that I just flew JAL from Hawaii, and that I didn't have any problem, and I just assumed it was the same going to Bangkok. And then he said, well, depending on the ticket, depending on where you started. But I said, the ticket was bought here under ANA, you know, not Thai Airways, but ANA. It's a code share flight. But anyway, he walked me to the check-in counter, and he explained really quickly, and then they checked my ticket, and unbelievable, I was able to check in too. I was like one of the only ones that could check in too. So ticket that the company bought was quite expensive, but I guess there are some benefits of paying full fare. So I was able to check in 2 bags, and they didn't even ask me to weigh my hand carry. At the same time, I had all my my camera and my 360 camera in my pocket. I took out as much as I could and put it in my pocket, because if I went over 7 kilograms, I don't know where I would put it. I would be SOL again, right? Be careful about that when you're flying to Asia, or anywhere actually, Europe too, or anywhere. Make sure you know whether it's done by pieces, if it's 1 or 2, or by weight, or some airlines even do like by pieces and the weight of that 1 or 2 pieces of luggage. So be very careful, because I thought I was gonna be SOL or have to pay like $200 or something. I'm here, I'm gonna have sausage muffin. This is the best McDonald's in the world, I think. It's always really fresh, it's really good. I know they have high turnover, maybe now not as much as before with the less tourists, but I love the sausage McMuffin. There's no egg in this, but there's sausage and there's a piece of cheese. So good. I love salty things in it. This sausage McMuffin, very salty. Even with the hash brown, I mean, very salty. Super salty. That's why I like it so much too. And the iced coffee actually quite big. Normally it's usually like baby size, but quite big. So these 3 things, 350 yen. Wow. Sasuga, McDonald's in Japan. At KIX.